Previously on Trails Through Daybreak 2, Aaron assisted Xiaoling in a 2-on-2 match against Li Lian and Shen Li. Next, the party discovered a Demon Sea brothers' plan to steal Heiwei's fancy car and foiled them once again. In the Eroded Cave, the party found the Lai family and Lu family traders working together. In the ensuing battle, Kasim kept Shizuna busy while the party managed to wrest the Genesis fragment from Gao Long's hands, but Yorda stole it and escaped with Gao Long. During the return trip to Longport, Aaron realized Cao was the mastermind behind the Heiwei traders all along. Longport's been dealing with a lot of issues recently. Despite that, the second ward is still as lovely as ever. It just has this lived-in feel to it, you know, like you've stepped into another era, and the townspeople only add to the atmosphere. I find the first ward charming as well, but the second ward is simply bursting with life. Gambling is pretty popular in the second ward. In fact, we're even said to have a whole different class of gambler around here. That being said, I've been hearing a few rumors about a few gamblers who have been preying on women lately. I'm not familiar with all the details, but if you're planning to do any gambling, make sure to keep an eye out. This last batch of fish have a more unique looking pattern than I thought. Well, I guess that means the experiment worked. As long as I'm careful in raising them, I should be able to start selling them as a separate breed. Oh, sorry, seems I got a bit lost in thought for a moment there. I was just checking on where my crossbreeding worked. See that? Getting goldfish to pass on a free colored pattern is incredibly difficult. But it seems I managed it just fine. I can't wait for Meijin and the others to see. Maybe it'll make for a nice distraction from all the stuff that's going on. I'm glad Meijing was able to make it through the cook-off without any issues, but I don't think it did very much to ease everyone's worries about Longport. I mean, the Lu family's in such a tight spot now. I hope Meijin doesn't have to deal with any extra hardship because of it. I just want things to be peaceful again, so we can relax and enjoy the goldfish, you know? Thanks again for all your help earlier, and sorry for getting you wrapped up in our family drama. It was no big deal. Taking on requests is our job. Still, that business with Gao Long has been bugging me. Yeah, we fought him over at the Eroded Cave too. Definitely seems like the guy's got a few screws loose. Costume described him as a combat fanatic. It should be noted, we're still unsure of what his full strength may be. Oh, that's right. I forgot you ran to him. If it weren't for Gao Long, my brother might have never... Well, there's no need to go on about that now. At the very least, we've broken down one barrier. I actually just got back from walking my brother to the station. He's heading to the capital. It was odd seeing the station so quiet, though. Alright, understood. Leave the patrolling to me then. Maybe I'll even pick up some information along the way. Anyway, that should give you enough time to focus on what you need. Sorry, I don't mean to put so much work on your plate. Oh, I'm a failure of a bracer, aren't I? Hey, it's fine to need a little help sometimes. It's nothing to worry yourself over. I mean, we're friends, right? I can't thank you enough, Binsui. I guess I'll just have to work even harder to make it up to you. Now that Heiwei's down for a count, it's almost like the guild is Longport's last line of defense. I'll do everything I can to protect the peace. I just got back from the station. It was pretty strange seeing it so quiet. Everything just felt off. When disciples of the Gecko Skull come together, we can do just about anything. I want to help Xiaoling as much as I can with her bracer job. Which is why I'm trying to get the rest of us to handle some of the smaller issues for her. That way she can tackle the more important stuff.
Once more. Sit. Here.
I can't believe someone in the Lu family was pulling the strings the whole time. Now that I think about it, how did Cao Li end up in the service of the Lu family in the first place? What if he... No, it's probably best not to speculate too much. A deep cover agent all along? Oh, hello, Aaron, Mr. Arkwright. I heard about what happened, although I only know the broad strokes. I knew he was behind the Lai family's betrayal. Sounds like you had your suspicions about Gao Long from the start. In that case, mind filling us in? What do you know about that guy? I'm afraid there's not a great deal to tell. I only served as his master for a short period, after all. But he originally began his training at a Lai family dojo. As I'm sure you can imagine, he displayed incredible prowess for the martial arts. Seeking to hone his skill even further, he decided to train at our school for some time. I believe that was about 5 years ago now. As before, he showed overwhelming proficiency of the craft, and then challenged us to a duel. I'm guessing Li Lian was there at the time. That's correct. After losing the battle, my son felt the need to reject everything he had learned for himself, including the path of the warrior. Apparently, after dwelling on it for some time, he came to the conclusion that the Gecko School could no longer offer him a life he wanted. Our highest-ranking pupils, our masters, none of them could best Gao Long. However, Gao Long clearly had no wish to take over our dojo. He simply left the battle with a dissatisfied expression on his face. It was as if he felt there was something he still lacked. He's been chasing stronger and stronger challengers ever since. Can't even imagine what's going on in that guy's head. Guess it doesn't really matter though. If he really is involved with this whole Heiwei shakeup, he's gonna have to deal with me. I see you're choosing to face him then. Well, if that's your choice, I won't stand in your way. Just know that he is the most extraordinary warrior that the Gekka School has ever known. Overcoming him will be far from simple. Remember this, Eren. Show him everything you've learned thus far. Then good thing the tyrant didn't reincarnate into Gaolong, then we'd be screwed. Right, I'll make damn sure I win. Gaolong is the most extraordinary warrior the Gekka School has ever known. Overcoming him will be far from simple. Remember this, Eren. Show him everything you've learned thus far. Nice job coming up with all those ideas, Zinqui. Who would have thought there'd be so many ways to play with balls? Using them as instruments was my favorite. Oh, but the bowling was definitely a close second. I can't believe they didn't break. I'm glad you had fun, Su Young. But I can't take all the credit. After all, you came up with some pretty cool ideas too. Like using them to trap fish. Actually, isn't there a book that teaches you how to do that? Really? Well, I always see fish hiding in driftwood, so I figured balls would work the same. It was just a feeling I had, that's all. It's pretty amazing that you're as smart as an offer, though. Alright, shouldn't we check on the ball traps now? Yeah, let's go see what we got.
Alright then.
I always have fun playing with Su Young. It's like we're always on the move. It also gives me a chance to try things I wouldn't get to otherwise. We really make a great team, Zinqui. I feel like we can do anything together. Given how much time I spend with my richer patrons, I suppose it might seem a bit odd for me to say this, but I just can't see myself ever leaving the older side of the town. It's home to me. Plus, I can't help feeling indebted to Taoyuan. Waiting for it to reopen might not be such a bad idea. I don't really get all the stories my grandma tells me about Heiwei, but I'm not scared one bit. We've got lots of nice and strong people in town to help us. Heiwei's history has always been full of schemes. The elders in particular have been keen on trying to outwit one another for ages now. Some families thrive in doing so, but others fell. Just look at the Li family. The only reason they were able to obtain their position was because they elbowed out another family. Still, the scale of this incident, it's like nothing I've ever seen before.
Indeed.
I've seen a great deal in my years, but never anything like this. I have to wonder how the young ones reacted upon hearing the news, like my grandchild. They don't seem to be very frightened, at least. Perhaps they really will be alright in the end. Anyway, this is proof that times are indeed changing. Us old folk need to start thinking outside the box. Hey, we heard what happened, Eren. Never thought you were the type. Guess you really are a scum. Let go, Ryusei. Man, couldn't you tell that was all a bunch of bull? Just ignore him, Eren. I know you'd never stoop that low. Yeah, don't let them get to you. Oh boy, what'd you do now? Hell if I know, and why are you assuming I'm the guilty one? Well, whatever. There's no point in asking them about it either. It's probably just some stupid rumor they heard. Oh, sounds like this will be fun. Is this part of a quest? Sorry, Eren. Guess I got a little confused about things. I know you're not that kind of guy. Is there an imposter? Be for real? If I knew it was a lie, maybe it's just a woman's intuition, but that story was sketchy as hell. Given how hard you've been working to help everyone, I doubt the rumors hold any weight. We trust you enough to know you'd never do something like that. You know, so don't let it get you down, Eren.
Just one more question. Just one.
How this whole mess with Heiwei going to work out is anyone's guess now. After all, it's not just a Li family problem anymore. That being said, this isn't exactly a situation we can wait to blow over. Well, I've seen my fair share of troubles at the hands of the Li family. If I got through those, I'll get through this one too. In the meantime, I'll do what I can to get everyone on the same page, alright? So don't worry about us second ward folk.
What a nice bath.
I wonder, what else should I teach Wang? Obviously, surfing didn't make the cut. You see, Wang taught me martial arts, so I've been wanting to teach him some other activities in exchange. Let me think. I've heard rock climbing's been taking off in the capital recently. Maybe he'd like that. What if he throws out his back again? That's just as bad as surfing. Quit while you're behind, dude. Hello, young lady. Didn't I see you were eating gelato a minute ago? Oh, I see. You must be traveling with Eren and the Spriggan. Heh, that's right. I go way back with these guys. By the way, your baps may be a little different from the ones back home, but they were still quite comfy, so thanks a bunch. I'm glad to hear it. Please feel free to come back anytime you like. Actually, wait a minute. You're saying you went into baps already? I don't believe I ever saw you enter the changing room. She did say something about being in stealth mode when she popped into the men's bath. Ikaruga's stealth ability. It's astonishingly effective at concealing a human presence. It seems to be on the same level as Shard stealth. Sheesh, if you ask me, it just makes her even more annoying to deal with. It's been a while since I last worked the front. I'm glad I get the chance to meet such interesting people again. Sitting in one place for so long is starting to take a toll on these old bones, though. Well, hopefully my back will heal itself up soon. Then I can get back to teaching my Taishin classes. What's with that look? This body's a Taishin machine. Just you watch. I'll be teaching for years to come.
Welcome to Laifu Fondi.
Food is amazing.
I can't imagine what will happen to Longport after all this. Well, come what may, I'll do everything in my power to protect not only Tiantan, but the restaurant or far left as well. I'm sure we'll be fine. After all, I've spent the last 2 years fending off the Lai family. We'll get through this. Oh wow, this food's really good. So these are the flavors of the East, huh? Yes, it's delicious. You can tell the chef has a lot of pride in their craft. And to think such exquisite food would come from an everyday restaurant. Just how did they manage to bring out these flavors? Perhaps the chef has extraordinary skill, or maybe the ingredients were really fresh today. I suppose it's no surprise everyone's been raving about their food lately. By the way, don't you think the townsfolk seem a bit worked up about something? Yeah, I've noticed that too. I think I've heard someone mention the Lai and Lu families. Oh, aren't they a part of Heiwei? You know, perhaps it's time we start heading back to our hotel. I may be an outsider, but even I can tell the whole Heiwei situation has nothing to involve myself with. I can't very well risk exposing Sanem and Monir to harm either, so I think we'll be heading back to our hotel a bit early tonight. I heard this whole town is under the control of an eastern syndicate called Heiwei. I thought this trip would just be about sightseeing, but I guess there's more than one side of Longport. We don't have anything to do with Heiwei, but still, I hope we don't get wrapped up in anything. We've already finished making all the purchases we needed to, so we thought it might be nice to have some dinner. The food here is wonderful, but I can't help worrying about the state of Longport at the moment. My sisters told me she'd do anything to protect our restaurant, so I've got to do the same. I really hope I can grow up to be as good a chef as she is. But it's not just her cooking skills that amaze me, she's got the perfect personality for running a restaurant. That's why I want to help her protect it all, and I'll do my best to learn from her along the way. No matter how thorough we attempt to be, Heiwei still manages to skirt by regulations. This uproar isn't going to affect them one bit. We're going to need to keep a better eye on them from here on out. That's all the merch for today. Thanks for the help in getting it loaded. I just wish the space wasn't so compact. It takes forever to get things squared away. Maybe we ought to start asking for more Mira. Huh, got a new scam you want to talk about? You may be the crafty one, but I'm the guy who puts your plans in action. Ah, we got us another big haul today. Seems a lot of our gulps just swarming with fish. You know, considering I'm already out and about, why don't I take on a little night fishing? It's been a while since I had a chance. Not like the grandkids will need help anytime soon. Actually, maybe I should give them a call first.
Got my hands full here.
Valis and my home country, Elsheim, are economic rivals. However, our trade systems function very similarly. That's why we not only have to make sure to maintain good relations with Caliber, but to keep a close eye on trends in each nation as well. Last year I got in a mix-up with a few gangsters over some junk I happened to pick up. I've been more careful about the stuff I sell ever since. Don't want that kind of mess coming my way again. I know there's a whole lot of social upheaval going on right now, but who wants to think about that? I just want to play some b-ball, man. No better way to relieve stress, you know? The Sun really seems to be doing quite well these days. I'm just glad the trade routes we've established with them have no involvement with Heiwei. I'm noticing that Ensign Glassley keeps getting loaned out to other departments all by himself lately. Truth be told, there's rumors going around that he's been selling munitions on the black market. You think he'd try to be a little less conspicuous about it?
Nothing seems too out of the ordinary. However...
Wait! I'm sensing a hostile presence from over there.
What, from the Great Spire? Does that mean...
It's been a year and a half since my husband moved to Longport for work, and I'm still completely enamored with Eastern culture. I'm a stay-at-home wife, so I can take little day trips with my husband is away. Although, I should probably head home so I can prepare dinner. Mommy's like a bear when it's winter. She sleeps a whole bunch. Actually, I'm pretty tired too. Maybe I should call Dad to pick us up. 5 more minutes. You know, I wanted to go check out that new stand over by the department store, but it's completely disappeared. I asked around to see if anyone knew what happened to the place, and apparently they had their shop seized by the police. Not really sure why, but I guess that's one less rival for me to worry about.
Do you really?
Then you saw already closed up shop. Guess the pasta guy freaked out over nothing. I mean, he was all like, this is going to impact our futures and stuff. But all the other stands have packed up and left, and this stuff's selling like hotcakes as usual. Status quo remains unchanged. Whew, we've been slammed with customers for the last hour. A lot of people have been looking for restaurants to eat at after finding out the Great Spire's been closed off. I love our food though, it makes me so happy to see everyone enjoying it.
My.
With the Great Spire shut down, I figured I might as well leave work early today. Although, I'm still on call in case something needs my attention. A bracer came by on his rounds a little while ago. He gave me some thoughtful advice on how to stay calm about the future. He also reminded me that our restaurant draws on long life for inspiration. That means our connections to Heiwei don't run very deep. I'm glad that seems to be working in our favor. Still, I hope nothing serious comes from all this. In regards to Heiwei's recent internal conflict, the guild's been taking a wait-and-see approach. It doesn't seem like they have any intent to harm civilians, but we just want to make sure nobody's caught in the crossfire. We do intend to go back to making our normal rounds soon, though. Heiwei has a pretty deep-rooted presence in Longport. Even though the citizens fear them, they also rely on them. They planted that seed of trust long ago and have shown themselves to be quite capable of ruling from the shadows. That's why everyone's so anxious now. Either way, our priority will always be to protect civilians. We'll be on full alert until the threat dies down. The fact that Heiwei's in such a sovereign position really leaves our hands tied. Honestly, it's been very frustrating. That's why I've had to put my faith in Hornet, despite his lack of expertise. And Xiaoling as well. Her having achieved B rank at such a young age is a testament to her skill. I tend to hear a lot of gossip in my line of work. Guess it just comes with the territory. The business with Heiwei seems to be the talk of the town lately, although it hasn't really affected our citizens yet. They've got their hands in both politics and local industries, so I can't help wondering how it'll all shake out in the end. Looks like there's a lot of talisman power coming from that place. What? I was supposed to have a business meeting this evening, but as you can see, the Great Spire isn't letting anyone in at the moment. Of all attempts to get help like this, given what's going on with Heiwei right now, I was hoping we could finalize everything as soon as possible. I mean to pray for Fan Doren's release and Gian's recovery, but I still have a number of duties to perform. The receptionist is the face of our establishment. I don't have the luxury of appearing depressed to the public. Kim's been very proactive about finding financing for his company's new supplement idea. However, the Kowloon Financial Bank has seen their stock price drop rather suddenly recently. I suspect negotiations will be stalled for a moment. My company would like to start developing supplements that use high-quality vegetables as their base instead of Eastern herbal roots. We believe it could be popular with the younger generations and those still in the working world. I know I can trust in Hongfa, that's why I brought him along for the negotiations, but with the Great Spire being closed. Oh, it's you. I heard about what happened at the Eroded Cave. Honestly, it sounds like it made for a rather unusual situation. Yeah, well, it doesn't exactly take a scientist to warp people's perceptions with some talismans. But as it may, Marduk's risk management AI continues to classify the area as a red zone. Suppose I'll just have to see how this all plays out until the alert is lifted. I'm curious as to how Almata's legacy relates to all this. Anyway, it seems like we caught you in the middle of tea time. I'm a little surprised you're not drinking coffee, actually. And certainly understand why. That always seemed to be his preferred drink back in Basel. Well, this is Eastern tea. I figured if I was going to come all this way to Longport, I may as well sample the local beverages. Also, my father was quite fond of this drink in particular. He drank it regularly throughout his life. Now you mention it, your parents were from Longport, weren't they? I feel like I remember you saying you moved to Basel when you were still a child. I think you mentioned it during last year's Revolution Festival. You must have fond memories of your father and his tea. It seems you have quite the memory. I typically don't dedicate much time toward things that fail to pique my interest. However, I suppose I'll have to remain here in the meantime. Perhaps I'll see what becomes of Almata's legacy. Yes, I'm afraid you won't be able to use the ticket gates to enter a Great Spire at the moment. You'll have to find another set of gates elsewhere. They got a cop to play tour guide. Damn, he must have it rough. Oh, it's you. Nah, they just wanted to know what was going on. A lot of the residents have been pretty confused about all the trouble lately, and as a police officer, it's my job to give them reassurance. But actually, I was just in the middle of investigating that whole business with Fan Lu. I came out to catch a break, and suddenly I was ambushed. Fan, do you know what's going to happen to him? I'm not at liberty to discuss any details, unfortunately. All I can say is he's denying the charges at the moment. But if it's any consolation, I fully intend to hear the man out on the matter, without any personal bias. So try not to worry, Aaron. Thanks. There's a lot of things that haven't been adding up since Spawn's rest. Actually, I wonder if the Great Spire being sealed up has something to do with all this. Wow, this guy's pretty sharp, huh? Especially considering they've been using talismans to warp everyone's senses. Yeah, Dart was quick to pick up Almata's involvement last year as well. I'm guessing he's just more experienced than the rest of the force. I've been trying to catch the bus so I can make it to a business meeting, but will it even get me there on time? We were originally supposed to meet at the Great Spire, but they decided to change the venue to a hotel on the outskirts of town. Not that I mind or anything, I just wish they would have told me a little sooner. Oh right, if memory serves, tonight's supposed to be the auction for Red Star's Dragon Chariot. It's a luxury car that acts as the main draw for the Lunar New Year Festival. I'm more of a race car guy myself, but I wonder if they'd let me work on a Dragon Chariot if I was an engineer of them.
Thank you for visiting the Kowloon department.
Our shop supplies training equipment to the dojo over in the second ward in the eastern quarter. They've been one of our most important customers since way back, plus we're always getting business from their former students too. In other words, they fully endorse our product. Why don't you buy one of our traditional weapons as a souvenir? Well, I guess we've got no choice but to buy one. If you want one so bad, pay with your own mira.
Welcome.
Whew, evening already, huh? At least business lasted through the day. This department store is run by the Kowloon group, so I'm sure you can imagine why I'd be nervous about where things are headed. I just wish they'd contact me to let me know what to expect. I was able to get off work early today, so I figured I'd take the chance to make dinner tonight. I don't usually get the opportunity because I get home so late. The clerk even gave me the food recommendations for ingredients just now. I'm really looking forward to it.
Lockport has to offer.
It's funny to think I've been working at this department store for over 10 years now. Funnily enough, I'm not even from the East. I haven't regretted moving here for a minute, though. I've seen so many amazing sights and made so many wonderful memories. That's why I don't pay any mind to all those nasty rumors about Longport. I refuse to allow the good to be overshadowed by the bad. Apparently Professor Hamilton designed the Great Spire so that I could operate specifically as a training center. I'd hoped I might stop by the observation deck again before heading home to Liberal, but it seems they're not admitting anyone inside right now. Oh well, I need to get a few souvenirs for the wife and kids anyway.
Goods Lockport has to offer.
Apparently the Great Spire's been made off limits. Our customers have been complaining since they can't visit the observation deck. My boss certainly isn't in a fuss about it though. Thanks to all that, we've been getting an upswing in business. Okay, what's playing right now? Sharkferno. Oh, they tell you which pamphlets you have. How many will you be watching? Shizuna, Reset. Free tickets for Sharkferno. That'll be 600 mira, please. Ben headed into the theater with his company of choice, having decided to watch a movie during their work break. The story is set at a well-known campsite in a tranquil forest, in which for many weeks a number of inexplicable accidents have occurred. Several people fall victim to localized forest fires, yet their charred remains show signs of assault by some kind of fearsome predator. A park ranger named Brick makes an appeal to delay the mountaineering season until they can determine the cause of these strange incidents. However, the mayor, who values the money brought in from tourism over safety, cuts off the investigation and opens the mountain to climbers. Amidst all this, Brick reaches out to an old zoologist friend of his named Lisa to help him continue his investigation. By the time they realize all the victims were killed by the flame monster from local folklore, it is already too late. Just as the numerous campers are starting to enjoy themselves, the titular Sharkferno appears.
Why is this happening? And on the day we opened up the mountain, no less. Everyone, please remain calm. We aren't in any danger, so please don't be
Get in my belly!
Oh no! It got the mayor! Oh, we have to do something, Brick, or we'll be next!
If this is anything like the old-timers' folktale, we might be able to kill it by snuffing out its flames! Look, a tank of nitrogen! If we destroy that, the monster will be as good as toast! But it's so far away! How are we?
Leave that part to me. I've got a plan.
What the? Hey, why the hell did you cut your palm? How's that a plan?
If you paid any attention in school, you'd know sharks are attracted to the smell of blood. I'm gonna lure it away. Oh, bet you never thought a zoologist could be so gutsy. Well, I'm tougher than I look.
I'll say, you're one hell of a woman, Lisa. and I'm glad to know your head's still screwed on tight. Okay, let's smother that oversized matchstick once and for all!
Smile, you son of a bitch!
I've never seen a film quite like that one. I suppose shark movies are a genre unto themselves. I do recall hearing the term B-movie before. They're produced on what is called a shoestring budget and target a niche demographic. That's right, most people making them know they're only going to appeal to a specific group, but their core fan bases are really loyal. Having said that, the sad truth is that when a B-movie is bad, it's like really bad. Whereas with a big budget film, you can at least get some enjoyment out of the effects and stuff even if the story's not that good. So in other words, part of the appeal of watching B-movies is that it's akin to a gamble. Heh, the people in Calvert sure do make fun movies. That was awesome. It's normally easy to tell a good B-movie from a bad one. I like watching them, even if it's a toss-up where I have a good time or not. Sadly, a lot of B-movies these days are just blatant rip-offs of other films. They'll pick a theme similar to some big blockbuster, give it a misleading title, and make a B-movie out of it. They call them mockbusters. Interesting, I guess people having the freedom to make whatever they want can be a good or bad thing. Well, I'm no expert in the art of filmmaking, but I think all creative-minded people need something that can light a spark of inspiration. When people put their all into their work, even if it's derivative, it can still result in a product that's satisfying for their audience. Does that make any sense? That's some pretty profound insight. Can't believe you got all that from watching a shark movie. Hey, I'm just fascinated by film culture, that's all. Still, you're not gonna create a classic if you're just imitating others. That must be why mockbusters never stack up to originals. Hey, looks like they're selling commemorative brochures for this movie. Purchase. Having finished their break, Van and his crew resume their work. I guess this was based on Jaws and Sharknado, but since ZEMURIAN doesn't have either of those movies, I guess it's technically not a rip-off, sort of.
I can barely contain myself!
Thank you again for your help getting the Dragon Chariot back. Now the auction can move forward as planned. We've already finished making our preparations, so all that's left is to greet the bidders. Now to make absolutely sure the auction goes smoothly. Everyone at this theater is so enthusiastic and kind, actors and staff alike. I wish more people would come to appreciate not only the theater, but its acting troupe as well. Perhaps I'll do my part to spread the good word.
What would you like? Will you stop by again sometime?
We still don't know all the facts about this tax evasion issue, but I'm just finding it a little hard to believe. When I first started working here, Fawn would often give me some words of encouragement, especially when he saw me struggling with patrons. Needless to say, I've had a good impression of the Liu family ever since.
Imagined.
Damn, talk about a nice car. Yeah, no kidding. Think they are going ahead with the auction still? I can't even imagine how much the highest bid will be. Hey, maybe we can pull a mirror together to buy it. Nah. Are you crazy? It'd take both our lifetimes combined to make money like that. And that's probably just for the base price. Sheesh, Downey never changes, huh? Always spouting the first thing that comes to mind. The guy just never thinks before he acts. Honestly, he's the same when we were racing too. What a shame, what a handful. Oh man, I wonder what the selling price will be. We might have to pay a little to attend the auction, but who cares? Skipping a few meals is nothing. We always put everything we have into giving our patrons a memorable experience. Even when I'm on stage, I pray that my dance moves will give the audience respite from their everyday struggles. I know I shouldn't get bogged down to comparing myself to others, but how else am I supposed to grow as a performer? So this is just something Linz was lecturing me about earlier. Well, whatever, I have my own strengths to bring to the table. As long as I work hard, I'll be able to bring smiles to all our patrons' faces. Oh, Aaron, I didn't realize you were back. I've actually had something bothering me lately, and I kind of wanted to see if you had anything to say about it. What is it? Thing is, someone's been spreading weird rumors about you. Maybe it's that thing we heard about earlier today. It certainly sounded like the kind of thing that could hurt Mr. Wade's reputation. I heard somebody say after all his wandering, it looks like Aaron's finally decided to settle down with someone. But he had a change of heart and broke it off with the girl. I heard he even got violent with her. That's what's been going around. Oh, I heard that one too. That was you they were talking about. Guess it's even more widespread now than it was earlier. Hey, I'm not too concerned about some petty rumors. I mean, the first half of it isn't even all that bad. Oh, so you are getting married. No, I'm not. I'm not in a serious relationship, and I'm sure as hell don't have any plans of settling down anytime soon. Yeah, if Aaron told me he was settling down, I'd think he was dying. Guessing that's why he wanted to talk to us about it. Who's spreading these rumors anyway? Seems like Rui Li's behind it. Rui Li? I wouldn't have pegged her as a type. What's she even up to these days? Haven't seen her around in a while. Who's Rui Li? An old friend who we used to hang out with. She didn't come with you guys to the capital when you came to visit, did she? No, I said she wasn't feeling up to it at the time. Huh, sounds like you broke it off with her after all. I did not. How did you even know she was the one that started? Our friends have a bit of an information network between us, but as far as where Rui Li is right now, I've got no clue. Like Aaron said, she hasn't really been around much lately. Well, if it's just a rumor, I'm sure it'll die down over time. That's usually how these things go anyway. Actually, I suspect this particular rumor won't go away unless we directly confront Miss Rui Li about it. I'm a bit concerned that no one seems to know where she is, though. Yeah, even if it is just a dumb rumor, a close friend speaks up in it. I need to find out what's going on. But we're pressed for time as it is, and it's not really up to me. What do you say, boss? Got time to look into it? Didn't even examine the board and they still gave it to me, huh? I'd like to get to Great Spire as soon as we can, but something smells off about this. I doubt Sal's involved, but it'd be better to resolve all our issues before we move on. I really appreciate it. That makes me feel loads better. Well, even if we didn't take the case, I was planning to look into it on my own when I could. I figure as much. You're kind of an open book. Stop acting like you're my dad or something. Let's just get investigating already. We don't want to lose any more time. We're going to need more info first, so where should we start? Why don't we ask Hal and Jack over at the pub? They may already know something we don't. Hey, I see. So that's how you handle these types of situations. I guess that's the Spriggan way, huh? Or maybe more like the Aaron way. Heh. Glad I'm getting a chance to see how the other half lives for once. Just don't go doing anything crazy, alright? Really? The Aaron way? That was the best you could come up with? Whatever. Let's just get this show on the road already. I'm not sure if somebody's got a grudge against me or if they're just trying to keep us out of the Great Spire. But whoever it is, whether it's Rui Li or somebody else, they seem to be trying pretty hard to get my attention. So I say we'll give them what they want.
Let's hurry up and finish this.
Damn, Van, I wasn't expecting you to fish up a Divine Blade to the Eroded Cave. What was it you called it? The Unclouded Eye? Seems like it could come in pretty handy when gambling.
Got a question for you.
Yeah, we've been hearing the rumors about Aaron, too. Didn't realize Rui Li was the one who started them. You're close with her, ain't ya, Hal? I'm not sure close is the right word, but I have talked to her at the bar a few times. She's been coming by ever since winter of last year, which was like she was here all the time at one point. But ever since the new year, she's been coming less and less. So you probably don't have any idea where she's at either. Oh wait, I remember her mentioning a job actually. I think she said she was starting work at a local brothel. Heard it just opened recently in Newtown too. You should try asking somebody who works there. Just opened in Newtown? Oh right, I know that place. I actually have the manager's number. I'll go ahead and give him a call. So she's a hooker now. A hooker? Does she sell fishing hooks or something? Why would she want to do that? The world can be a strange place, Fairy. If you're so curious, why not look it up on your Xiphalator? That's a great idea. Language learning works much better when you have a little help, after all. It sounds like I'd better activate the child filter on Miss al-Fayed's Zypha. He said he's free right now, so I asked if he wouldn't mind meeting with you. He'll be waiting in the plaza right next to the movie theater in Newtown. Thanks a ton. We'll head right over. Why are you friends with a guy like that anyway? Jack, have you been? Hey, I knew the guy way before he was put in charge. Oh, and one more thing, Van. Lately, there's been some gamblers around town who have been preying on women. There were a pair of guys named Dean and Jet. Haven't heard of them. They new around here? Didn't we face a pair of evil gamblers before? They've been popping up more and more all the time. Don't exactly care for their playstyle, though. They like to put their opponents at ease by letting them win the first round, then they go in for the kill. Beyond that, they're just a little too flashy for my liking. Well, in spite of Hal's glowing review, these guys aren't cheats. They're genuinely talented card players. Every one of them is on the same level as Aaron. Hey, they sound like fun to me. Maybe I'll have to play around with them sometime. Why do those names sound so familiar? Right, we'll keep an eye out. Okay, let's head to Newtown. Oh, you must be Jack's friends. That's us. Here's my card. Arkwright Solutions. I guess the capital's got all kinds of professions, huh? You mentioned you wanted to ask about one of our employees, Rui Li, wasn't it? Yeah, we were hoping you could tell us where she is right now. Unfortunately, I'm not really sure. It's actually been a bit of a problem lately. I've been having a difficult time getting her to talk with me. Has she been absent at work? No, but she has seemed a bit preoccupied with something lately. I tried asking her if something was wrong, but all she did was wake me up. That's why I decided to have another employee approach her instead. It turns out that Rui Li has something of a gambling problem. Seems to have started around the end of last year. I've even gotten to see her play myself. From what I can tell, there's a specific group of gamblers she tends to spend her time with. Interesting, but you make it sound like she hasn't really been enjoying herself. What the hell is she up to? Any chance you know what kind of places she frequents? Well, let me think. I have seen her hanging around the park occasionally. Actually, it's often right around this time of day. Those were usually days when she had shifts at work, so I imagine she was stopping by on her way in. When we say park, do you mean the one that's nearby? Yes, that's the one. The last time I saw her there was right at the beginning of the year, not long after she started working with us. We should go take a look. It might offer us some insight into her whereabouts. Right, thanks for the information, and sorry if we interrupted anything. Not at all, I just wish I could be of more help. Here, let me give you my business card, just in case. That's got my T-phone number on it too, so if anything comes up, don't hesitate to call. And of course, please feel free to contact me if you're ever interested in our services. I think I'm good, actually. Wouldn't feel right patronizing a place where Aaron's friend works. Hey, I suppose that makes sense. Well, I better get back. Have a good night. Sheesh, guess he didn't want to miss a chance to rope in new customers. Anyway, let's go check out that park.
Would you care for a Monto? Do you really mean that?
This is a perfect place to take a little stroll, but she's not here. Wait, now there's something on the upper level. What? Well, no Rui Li. Huh? Rui Li. Where have you been? And who is that guy? No, Shizuna, use your version of Arcane Gale on the tires. Shit, what the hell's the problem? That man she was with. He's probably one of the gamblers her boss mentioned. No way of knowing for sure, though. About that. I actually managed to take a picture of him just before the two of them entered the vehicle. Alright, anybody ever tell you that you're one hell of a maid? 10 out of 10 for sure. Well, let's make good use of that picture then. Mind sending it over to my waiver set? Oh, I see. You plan to send it to the manager we just spoke with. You should be receiving it right about now. I hope we hear back from him soon. About a minute later, Van forwarded a picture. The crew received a response. A minute after Van forwarded a picture. Ugh. He said never seen that guy before. The gamblers that Rui Li was playing with were dressed more like some guys you'd see in a host club. So it sounds like a certain other couple of creeps we've heard about lately. Lately there's been some gamblers around town who have been preying on women. There are a pair of guys named Dean and Jet. They like to put their opponents at ease by letting them win the first round, then they go in for a kill. Beyond that, they're just a little too flashy for my liking. Didn't expect to be paying them a visit so soon. I'm sure Jack will know where to find them. Right, let's head back to Gambit. Van and the others explained what they had learned to Jack and Hal. So that's what happened to Rui Li, huh? I should have cleaned those guys out a long time ago. I'm sure if we'd put the squeeze on them sooner, she'd never have. Hey, I get how you feel, but what's done is done. And it seems like there might be something else that led her down that path too. Something someone was able to prey on. They must have convinced her that gambling was the only way she could get what she wanted. It must have been something that made her vulnerable, huh? Man, she should have come to me or the other guys about it first. So where are those two gamblers anyway? They have a stand over in the second ward off of the eastern quarter, not far from Taoyuan restaurant. Let me go with you. I might be able to be of some help. Whatever makes you feel better, Hal. Just don't let your guard down. Hey, you know I won't. Well, I thought they'll be willing to give us information for free. I feel much more at ease with you along, Miss Hal. Alright, let's go see what they're made of.
Did you hear about that AUA, miss?
These must be the guys. Talk to the gamblers. Hey, I guess we should start planning what to do next. Yeah, I'll bet she's really starting to miss us now. What's up, fellas? You sure sound like you're having fun? We talking about chatting up some chicks? Hell, that's one of my favorite pastimes. Wait to say you let me in on the fun too, huh? Where you come from? Look, we haven't got time to entertain men, my friend. Now, if you were a cute girl, that'd be a different story. Let me be straight with you, then. I better not hear about either of you hanging out with Rui Li ever again. So you're Aaron Wei, huh? Hey, we know all about you. And as far as Rui Li goes, we're just a few friends of hers, that's all. Yeah, who are you to decide who she gets to hang out around with? You know what? You're right. She can hang out with you losers all she wants. But as far as I'm concerned, you dipshits don't deserve to even breathe the same air as her. Anyway, right now my good friend is out there saying some crap that's got my ears tingling, and you're gonna tell me where she is. I expect you to spill every last detail. Huh, you definitely talk a big game. I can see now why you've got girls falling all over you. But I'm afraid our ties with Rui Li are a little more sturdy than some half-baked intimidation attempt. She owes us 500,000 Mira. Let's just say she got a little too addicted to playing with us. And who do you think introduced her to the Lone Shark? You get it now, don't you? Mira binds the three of us together in blood. Or should I say, the four of us. These guys are sick. Four, huh? They must be talking about that guy we saw her with in Newtown. Okay, I get what you're saying. Should have known better than to think I could get the info out of you for free. How's about we sell this with a game of 7 hearts? We win, you tell us where a girl is. You're on. We're men of our word, after all, especially when it comes to gambling. So if you win, I promise I'll tell you where where the Lone Shark is. Perfect, I just need to pick another player and... Hold your horses, pal. I think we'll be the ones picking the other player. Huh? It wouldn't be a fair match unless everybody's on the same level, right? Which is why Hal Coleman is completely out of the question. What the hell? Sounds to me like you're just chickening out. Let's see now. I think the other player should be... I look to play. Unclouded Eye. You! Do you know that these men, Miss Mitsurugi? Not really, but their names sound a little familiar. You forgot already. We met just yesterday. She was wandering around the city, so we called out to her to ask if she'd like to play a game. But she completely decimated us. It was like she knew every card before she even saw it. Sounds to me like you're a little more familiar with them. I guess maybe I'm just really bad at remembering background characters. Ugh, anyway, she's totally out. That little girl over there, she's going to be your partner, Aaron. Girl, I know you only picked me because you think I'm weak. If I may, I'm also unaccustomed to games of this nature. Why not allow me to? No, Reset, let me handle this. Shame will fall upon the warrior who refuses the challenge. I accept. Miss al-fayed, I assume you'll at least let me explain the rules to her. Sure, whatever, but any more conditions and we call the whole thing off. No, that's settled. Let's get ready to play. Sorry, sir, we're going to need to borrow that table again. You didn't have to jump in with both feet, small fry. I'll show them a true warrior can't be defeated so easily. We're really gonna need your help with this one, Hal. Don't worry, I got this. Alright, we'll be playing 2-on-2 7 hearts. The game ends when any player's life points reaches 0. When that happens, we add up the number of cards in each player's hands with their remaining life points, and the one with the highest score wins. Yeah, they're the same rules as your standard 4-player match. Now, you ready to lose? I'm gonna go over here. Hal walked me through the strategy earlier. Let's see. In order to win, one of us will be playing the aggressor, and the other will be in a supporting role. Yeah, that's pretty much the same trick Hal and Jack used against me. Given our scene order, I have to be the aggressor. But I need to make sure I play the cards Hal signals to me to. If I remember right, the signs were... I'll give you 3 signs in total. The first is when I fold my arms. That means stay your hand. The second is when I clear my throat. That means play the fire card. And the third is when I sniffle. That means play the mirage card. Yeah, that's the same. That really is a trick Hal and Jack used. They used the Mirage card to swap their hands around so that one of them would end up with way too big a total, and then they'd never be able to win. That first time will most likely play a key role in where we win or lose, so try not to forget it. Understood. I wish I could have more time to talk over the strategy with Aaron, though. Don't worry, Aaron knows what he's doing. Hey, this should make for an interesting match. Just don't go telling everybody what his hand is, alright? Oh, come on, I know better than that. Dean has 3 cards, Jet has 4 cards, and Aaron has 6. Now I need to deal damage to someone. Let's see, which card to play next? That was one of the signs. Stay hand, draw cards. Right, that means I shouldn't play a card. Pass. Good, she's picking up on the signals. Now they can rotate hands and get some better cards. Each player's life points gradually shifted as they continue their game. Until finally, Fairy's turn to make the decisive play came around. Now Dean has 3 cards, Jet has 7 cards, and Aaron has 2. This is where we make our move. Fairy seems to have picked up on the flow of the game now. Time to throw these guys into the gutter. Sniffle. Let's see, that signal means... Mirage. The Mirage card, I see. I'll play this one. The Mirage card, now? Yes, I'm swapping my hand with Jet's. Nice going, Fairy. You even targeted the perfect person. Way to go, Small Fry. I can't believe we lost. Heh, I really did it. Heh, serves you right. Excellent work, you two. Thanks for your help, Hal. I'm just glad it all worked out. Alright, it's time you guys put your mirror where your mouth is. Of course. The Lone Shark is based out of the Harbor District. We're in the Harbor District. I was just about to tell you, I swear. It's at the far end of the wharf. He goes in and out of the area near that little street vendor's place all the time. Rui Li should be there too. Oh yeah, we've been around that place before. Shady types sure like to stick to the same spots. Let's get over there. Actually, there's a little something I need to take care of first. You guys go on ahead. I'll catch up with you later. Huh, where do you think he's going? Don't worry about it. Come on, guys. 2 SP. Whew, finally caught up with you guys. I was starting to think you weren't going to show at all. Where did you run up to anyway? Don't you know the hero only ever shows up at the last minute? Come on, let's do this thing. Aaron, wait, I figured you'd show up sooner or later. Yeah, we already paid a little visit to your gambler buddy, so let's just get straight to the business. There's only a few people in this town that would have something to gain from hurting my reputation. Which means you're with the Li family, aren't you? Since I'm close with the Liu family, you figured you could throw a little more dirt on their name by proxy. Bravo, right you are. You've really managed to turn into a rare, unsightly eyesore for us. As far as rumors goes, I would have thought you could come with something a little more juicy, to be honest. Well, if that's what you think, then it seems you don't really understand the true reasoning behind this deception after all. You see, I left the rumor milling to your little friend here. If you have any complaints, I suggest you take them up with her. Rui Li. True reasoning. Give me a break. You sure act high and mighty for a guy holding a debt over her head. Wouldn't be surprised if you threatened her into spreading those lies in the first place. What do you know? Building up debt, working in a brothel, making up rumors. All that was my decision. But the real reason I end up like this is because of you, Aaron. This is all your fault. My fault? I've barely even seen you since I moved to the capital. You're the one who started putting this distance between us. You're doing all this because Aaron left, aren't you? What do you mean? It's all just conjecture based on what we know so far. But Aaron moved to the capital in September of last year. That was right before you got hooked on gambling. I can tell just from how Aaron's been reacting that you're not usually the type to do stuff like that. And that's not to mention the expression on your face when we spied you in Newtown. You looked furious, like someone who had a significant amount of built-up resentment. Hey, I almost feel bad for the poor girl, having her feelings exposed so blithely. Rui Li, is that true? Huh, all I ever did was try to get you to notice me. Senpai. But at some point, even being around you made me feel like my heart was bleeding. Because it was like you never even cared. I thought that maybe once there was some distance between us, it would get a little easier. But no, that only made it worse. That's when I started looking for something else, something that would help me move on for good. I'm sorry. Don't apologize, it hurts. I just needed an outlet. Yeah, she was looking for a way to fight back against the love who would never look her way, that only ever saw her as a friend. And that's when I stepped in to make her a deal. If she was willing to damage your reputation, I'd write off all the interest on her loan. You're horrible. So basically, you took advantage of her when she was at her lowest. Well, I believe you have a full understanding of the situation now. If you try to put a stop to her rumors, everything she's worked so hard for will all go down the drain. Who knew I smelled somebody weighing in the wings? What are you planning to do with them? You promised you wouldn't hurt Aaron. Do I look like someone who keeps his promises? Aaron! Don't worry about me, just get out of the way for now. This is my fight, you guys stay out of it. But you'll be totally outnumbered. Hey, are you deaf, old man? As your boss, your safety is my personal responsibility, and no, you don't get a say in that. Enough talk, make sure a brat is beaten to a pulp. Alright, then come and get some.
This group's pretty sizable, so don't get cocky.
Okay.
Now's a good time to boost.
Here goes! Here goes!
Activating skill.
Out with a bang! Soar for me! Phoenix Dance!
Boost gauge limit crushed.
Oh, they didn't die? Only one of you died, what?
Chance! It's go time!
Okay, I'm just gonna analyze rate the rest of you.
Activating skill!
Brace yourself! Vandalize! Rain!
Boost gauge limiter unlocked!
No.
Come now, you must be tired after a fight like that, right? As if, you see, I actually have a certain way of dealing with life family chumps like you. Gah! You better look forward to a lifetime of debt, you greedy little tramp. You're going to pay back every single mirror, including interest. You want your money back? Fine. Huh? 500,000 mirror, exactly. Take it. And another thing, if you ever come near Rui Li again, don't expect to have two working legs after. You got a problem with me? Tell me to my face next time. Eek! Where'd you even get that money? So that's what you went off to do. That was so cool. Aaron, I'm sorry, I'm not looking for an apology. I only did all this to help out a good friend of mine. That's it. But I do have something to say to you, actually. Don't you ever go getting mixed up with scum like that again. If you're in trouble, you come to me next time. And if I can't do something about it, Sid and the others will help you figure it out. That's what friends are for. You're right, thank you, Aaron. I'll never betray you guys like that again, I promise. And I swear I'll pay back all of that 500,000 mirror. I'll work until I've paid back every last bit. I know you will, but try not to stress over it too much, okay? Just make sure I get it back before I bite the big one. So that was the little errand you were running earlier. I'm guessing you plan to pay off her debt from the start. So you seriously gotta stop playing everything so cool, bro. Oh, I didn't realize you were here as well, Mr. Sid. Hal called me, so I rushed over. Thanks, you guys. We really appreciate what you've done for us. I'm just glad it's all over now. That sure was a lot of Mira, though. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be. Heh, that redhead sure is an interesting guy. Or maybe it's just the boss rubbing off on him. Not likely, that's just how Aaron is. Mr. Rui Li certainly looks much happier now. The rumor she spread will likely dissipate before too long. That was the money your mother left to you, wasn't it, Aaron? I heard about it from Sid. Sheesh, leave it to him to blab about my business to a kid. The truth is, only half of it came from Mom. The rest I saved from working at the theater. Guess all those leading lady roles really did have you rolling it in. But I know he hasn't been on stage in a while, so how did he really get that 500,000 Mira? He did a really chivalrous thing back there, and without any hesitation either. Not just anyone can do something like that. And it was a small price to pay to put an end to all that mess. Of course I say that, but... Interested in giving me a raise, old-timer?
That's one more case done and dusted. Reward deposited!
Great chaos. When I met with everyone again, they all greeted me with smiles, like nothing had changed. Nobody was even angry at me, just worried. I'm so sorry, Aaron. I can't believe what I've done. I told you, it's all behind us now. Just remember to rely on your friends and help them in return. That's the best way to make up for it. Right, I understand.
Well...
The first week you requested me, I already arranged for the mirror to be sent to your account. I promise I'll pay back every bit of that 500,000 Mira Aaron gave me, and I'll work extra hard to do it too. I don't want to ever cause problems for my friends again. I'm real glad Rui Li's back safe and sound, but man, we're ice puffy. She was pretty pissed off at me for pointing it out, though. Same old Rui Li. Sounds like that couple over there is really enjoying our food. The girl especially has been very complimentary. It's so nice to hear our customers' praise. Oh, it's Kasim and Mirabelle. I'd like to thank you two again for all your support. Well, we can't take all the credit. There's still a bit to go before things wrap up. At least the Eroded Cave's off the terminal zone list for now. But shouldn't this Great Spire be on the list too? Nevertheless, the area is still being classified as a red zone, so in the meantime, you figured you'd take a moment to kick back and grab a bite. You know, I'm really not used to seeing you like this. It's my public relations outfit. I'm meeting with some top brass in the Navy later. We're also scheduled to participate in the military exercises. It's normal to rest before such things, is it not? Me and Kasim are pretty good at switching between work mode and play mode. I'd say don't forget to charge your own batteries too, but it probably ain't much room to unwind, huh? So here, take these as a pick-me-up. Neo Vita S. Nice, don't mind if we do. That's a favorite drink of yours, I take it. Thank you very much, Mirabelle. I'm surprised to see you making such fast friends with the Divine Blade of Silver, Arc cried. Especially considering how she was at your throat a few months ago. Seems you're getting more popular all the time. That's right, I wasn't so sure at first, but I gave in to advanced skills of persuasion eventually. As I remember it, you forced your way onto our team. Boy though, the food here's just divine. I've been sure to tell a waitress every chance I get. Wonder if I could make some of this back home. Not that I'm what you'd call kitchen handy. Anyway, that is to say, Gian has always treated local inns like ours with great respect. I can even remember him saying, Longport has only been able to thrive due to the contributions of people like yourselves. I just hope the man has a smooth recovery so he can visit again. All his favorite dishes prepared in celebration. I've been a bit concerned about the children as of late, so I just returned from visiting some of the homes around the neighborhood. They were all overjoyed about the homemade snacks I brought along. Seeing them in such high spirits was certainly enough to put me at ease. Today's meetings weren't so bad after all. I guess everything really did turn out better than I hoped. I just need to have more faith in myself. Maybe I don't need to rely on the gods for everything. Nope, I can't even pretend. Dear gods, please make sure I get through tomorrow unscathed.
Heavenly Mother.
While the citizens of Longport may fear Hayway, they've had no choice but to rely heavily on its governance. Of course, I have no place to say whether such a thing is good or bad. It's only an observation I've made as a third party. The role of the church is simply to guide those living here to seek the protection of our Heavenly Mother. What would happen if Hayway wasn't around for Longport? It's possible the anti-immigrant terrorists might try to muscle their way in if there was a power vacuum. There's something very familiar about all this. Even with the benefit of space and time, it seems my spy still remembers how ill at ease I felt. I suppose you all must have a role to play in this incident as well. Please try and stay safe, alright? I've been acquainted with the elders of Hayway for ages now, but I'd prefer not to concern myself with their current internal strife. My priority, as ever, is to provide quality and stable care for all my patients, no matter their standing. That's all there is to it. Man, I figured I'd finally be able to get a win on Jack with 7 hearts, but I haven't won a single match yet. Damn it. Guess it's time to drown my sorrows. Hey, doll, bring me another beer, would ya? Right away, sir. Reset, you don't even work here. I sent Rui Li off to talk to Sid and the others. I told her she needed to apologize to them. Well, anyway, I'm just glad we got everything settled. Thanks, Hal. You really helped us out back there. Yeah, we only beat those gamblers because of you. Here's hoping they don't bar anyone else for a while. But hey, even if they do try to make a comeback, I'll be here to put it back in their place.
Indeed.
This place's ties to Hayway don't run as deep as some of the others in town, and that's just the way Poisson likes it. It's somewhere we can forget the problems of the world for a bit and just enjoy some booze. There's no better place to relax. We've had a bunch of naval officers stop by for drinks lately, I guess because they've been doing some large-scale drills in the area. They may not be as rowdy as your average sailor, but I still find it hard to relax when they're around. It's too bad Rui Li got caught up in all this because of the Li family. Well, at least she's safe now. Hal seems pretty happy about it too. I'm sure you're already aware, but the Eroded Cave tours are on break, right? Wait, that's not true at all. I've been making trips over there like usual. I'm not really sure why I said that, to be honest. Don't know what came over me. I heard someone was spotted over at Heilong Changzai. That place used to be a mining area, you know? It's actually where I met my wife, Goddess Rest Her Soul. I'm concerned whoever the person is will only try to make a mess of things.
Must be the Eastern Quarter.
I may not know what you plan on doing, but I'm sure you have what's best for Longport in mind. I know how reliable you youngsters are, but just make sure to take care of yourselves out there. Heh, no worries needed, ma'am. Just you wait. Everything's gonna be just fine. We don't know for sure how it'll all go down, though. Just try and avoid Newtown for the time being, alright? Wow, you lot look exhausted. Well, maybe some of my food can help you out. We've got a whole buffet today. There's deep-fried scorpion with duck's blood, smoked snake meat. All of it sure to put the pep back in your step. Ooh, you make it sound so good. I heard of those dishes before, but I've never actually had the chance to try them. Last time we had the opportunity, Krogani came in just to spoil all my fun. First, Von Doran Nelly Oshin. I know I said I'd give my life to protect her, but the family steward told me to cool my head. He ordered me to stand on guard duty for now. Let us handle it. We'll make sure she gets back safely. You know, I'm starting to think you only show up in Longport when trouble's afoot. At least there doesn't seem to be any major incident on the surface this time. Anyway, you just be careful, Van. Yeah, I appreciate the warning, old-timer. I've heard a person's level of reading comprehension is dependent on how many books they've read before the age of 15. That's why I read so much. It's not just because I sell books. Reading helps me understand the world better. Hey Aaron, mind helping me train sometime soon? With Shin, no. With the whole Liu family in danger right now, I want to make sure I'm strong enough to help. You sure seem a lot more fired up than usual. Alright, I don't mind giving you a few pointers. So don't feel like you need to jump into the fray. You'll have plenty more opportunities to show what you're made of in the future. I can personally confirm the potency of all our fermented foods. You're guaranteed to be satisfied with our product. Although, I understand that the smell can be a bit off-putting. But you'll never know how good it is until you try it, so why not give it a little taste test? I wanted to stop by the Great Spire observation deck on our way home from shopping. But they aren't letting anyone in right now. My daughter was really looking forward to it, too. Oh well. We can't go to the observation deck. Oh, I wanted to see the sunset.
Hey, friend!
I'm planning to develop some Machette products that go along my Mashi line. What do you mean that's plagiarism? How rude. Look at those cute little money-making eyes of his. Will those eyes lie? Making noodles by hand is not only difficult, but requires careful technique as well. The craft takes a lot of skill. I'm hoping to learn all I can from my master so I can do it myself someday. Okay. Here's some foes prowling about.
Watch out! You're up against a large group.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Use a shark boost to get the upper hand.
Here goes.
Okay, coin bullets on most of you.
Take the upper hand.
Take this!
Now we're talking.
Seriously, look at that, those huge numbers.
For a shard boost.
Anyway, slot Forte would be nice.
Let's party!
Is there a way to get everyone? Yes.
Release.
There we go. Yes, good positioning. And everyone gets hit because this is the best S-craft in the game, apparently.
Engaging skill.
You won't want to miss this. My blade is both true and false, dancing in the moonlight. There! Behold! Zero's gleam!
Boost gauge upgraded.
Shut them down, Reset!
Okay. Just the flower left, huh?
Really hurt?
Going all in!
Gonna summon a clone, why not?
Activating Mystic Vision!
It's go time!
Okay. Cost hit point straight ice. Okay, do this.
It's go time!
Wait, I can SCLM with the clone instead of reset? No, I cannot SCLM with the clone, only the original. Got it.
Activating skill.
Out with a bang! Soar for me! Phoenix dance!
Boost gauge limit crushed.
Huh? There!
My move now.
What? Why didn't it do anything? Was it paralyzed or something? Weird.
Certain arts will work better. I like where this is headed.
Okay.
Make it count, Van.
I'll dice you up!
Get out of here!
Now we're talking. Time to push through.
Okay. Wait, you already got all your CP back. What?
Going all in!
But I can't really do much with it other than just another craft.
Engaging
Show me what
skill.
you've got,
Round
Silver
one.
Blade!
Freezing Blizzard.
Yeah, thanks to the nerf to S-craft, so I have to wait until she loses her boost before doing such a thing again.
Going all in!
Okay. I don't have ideal force, so I might as well just use a regular fucking attack then.
Reset.
Take over.
Right up. You cannot run. Fire.
Get out of here! It's go time!
Okay, zero cast, huh?
May we proceed with caution. May we proceed with caution.
Okay.
Activating skill.
Delayed a little. Nice. She's on fire, but I can actually have her use... No, I still need to get... I need more boost points for that.
Now.
Engaging skill.
Freezing wind. Cut down my enemy.
My move now.
Okay. It's looking right at me, so I won't be able to just do that.
I like where this is headed.
Heavenly Halter.
Make it count, Van.
You're not getting away. Blast off! Up to you, Reset.
Man, it's still not filled enough yet. I don't have the correct angle for back attack. Lightning Chaser, though, quick would be helpful.
Some art was
Reset.
coming
Take over.
right up. This is it. Lightning Chaser.
Nope, not good enough.
Pulling shield.
What simplistic attack pattern? It got 2 turns?
You'll be sorry for that.
Man.
May we proceed with caution?
Yeah, let's just do this.
Zypha, activate.
Okay, now I can actually use her S-craft.
Proceed with caution.
Show me what you got.
Pull out all the stops!
Mana, gather upon it. Got you covered.
Push back.
Let's go.
Their S-craft,
Engaging skill.
probably overkill.
Won't want to miss this.
Boost gauge upgraded.
There, that worked out.
Well, what'd you expect?
Found Mute 2.
Accomplished. Great job, you guys. Reward deposited.
Yeah, for some quests you don't actually need to go to the bulletin board. Mainly monster hunting quests, but sometimes regular quests as well for some reason. Really inconsistent design sometimes. Thanks for tuning in to this Let's Play of Trails through Daybreak 2. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and or hit the bell icon.